Hey friends, welcome to Tori Talks TV. I'm Tori.
And I'm Dr. S.
Today we'll be discussing Lovecraft Country, episode 2, which is called Whitey's on the Moon. Let me just start by saying that my heart was so happy when the first scene featured my favorite TV theme song of all time, The Jeffersons.
It was such a good moment.
That montage of them just like living it up in this mansion? They were
Yes.
so cute. By the way, if you want to see our list of our favorite TV theme songs, we have a separate video, so you should check that out.
Oh,
All right, so Leti and Uncle George, they're like loving life, but something's off. They don't remember the events of the previous night.
which is crazy because the previous night was insane.
Like so much happened, but Atticus remembers it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this episode basically was just a sequence of me going, what? Wait, what? What?
Yeah.
So the blonde man that we see, his name is William. He explains that the house belonged to a man named Braithwhite, and it's an exact recreation of the home that burned down in 1833 that killed almost everyone. So that was some interesting history on what the house is, or kind of. I mean, it's also mysterious.
Yes.
And then the car is not damaged, and I don't know.
That's really confusing because I get why they didn't remember because that part was explained, right? Like it was a spell.
Yeah.
But the car getting fixed so quickly, like that.
Yeah, he did say there was blood in the front, but yeah, this is when we realized this is like there's magic, a lot of magic involved in this show.
Yeah, it's just magic.
Basically, yeah, exactly. And then there's that strange lady with the dogs who scared me.
She was weird.
She was vicious. And then there's more monsters, and then we see the blonde lady, Christina, and she's got that dog whistle. So now I'm like, okay, so she controls these creatures. And
Yeah.
I gotta talk about a little later in the episode, a cow gave birth to one of these monsters.
Yeah, and
Was that a
Christina
cow?
pulled it out. She pulled it out.
Yeah.
Like she pulled it out and she like
Are these
held
her
it
babies?
like it was her baby.
Yeah. So when she's obviously in charge of them, or something is up with that. So when the trio are on their way back to the house because they have to get back before sundown and in time for dinner, Uncle George suddenly remembers that Atticus's mother once said that she was descended from a slave who escaped her master's house after a fire.
Fire.
So, okay, that helps us a little bit. But then when they get back from for this dinner or whatever, and they're in their rooms, and then this is when my mind was so confused.
This was very hard to follow. This whole middle part of the episode was very hard to follow.
I know, like Uncle George in the secret passageway, and then he reunites with Dora, and they have their little thing, but he knows it's not real.
Yes.
He's like, I know this isn't real. And then you see Letitia and Atticus getting romantic, and then the thing that comes out of his pants, the snake. Yeah. And so then, but then you see, and then it goes to the opposite side of the house. Great, like cinematography, by the way. And then he's in his room fighting this soldier woman.
Who we think may be the person that he called in South Korea last episode. Possibly.
Yeah, do you know that that's played? She's played by actress Jamie Chung, who was that like beautiful alien princess that came down in the first episode.
So we still need to figure out who she is and what significance she plays in his life. Because obviously,
I was thinking that because he seemed very upset by it when Uncle George was like, "What did you see?" And he seemed like very haunted by it. Like, did he kill this woman? I mean, yes, it could be the woman he called, but I'm just saying it seemed like he was very upset by it.
Yes.
Jamie Chung, by the way, do you remember her from The Real World San Diego?
No, that's not her.
That is her. Comment and let me know. Maybe it isn't, but I swear that's her. I don't know. Anyway, all right, so these lodge members are here watching them go through this mental torture. These weird, force
like in a zoo type situation where they're just like looking through. Yeah, it's very
So that was weird. Another really weird part was when we first meet Samuel Braithwhite, I call him Adam because he thinks he's Adam.
Is it Braithwhite or Braithwaite?
White, yeah, Braithwhite.
I just kept hearing white, but maybe
because
it
probably is. Yeah, I can't pronounce things well, by the way. But you first see him getting an organ taken out, which he will later serve to his guests.
Yes, like a little sliver.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
That's disgusting. Yeah. Anyway, so he's very mysterious, and these lodge members are very mysterious, but then we realize that Atticus is related to this person, and when he gets up and he dismisses everybody was so cool.
That was a good moment.
Yeah.
I like that. I thought they weren't going to go, and I was just like, oh, they don't abide by that rule. But then they did, and I was like, yay.
I know. He was like, okay, that's an order. And they're like, oh, I guess we have to do that. So this Adam guy is trying to open this portal to like the Garden of Eden because he's like really into this. And Christina's his daughter?
Sort of. I'm not even really sure what that whole
Okay. I'm glad because I was so confused. Maybe something.
And her friend, like, it looks like it's her brother.
Oh, no, yeah. I'm talking about the Adam guy, the guy that, yeah. So he wants to open this portal to the Garden of Eden, and he wants Atticus to help him because he is like, he still has the blood and power of this ancestry.
Titus.
Yes.
Yes, because Titus,
right.
has been very kind to one of his slaves back in the day. Gross. Yeah. Who is like generations prior. Atticus is related to them.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, this all just goes crazy, and then they have to go save his dad, because this is all about the whole reason they came here was to get his dad.
Right, because his dad wrote him a letter, supposedly. Right,
and it was so anticlimactic when his dad comes out from the grass, and he's like, I saved myself.
He's such a jerk.
I know, that wasn't very nice. And then they are on the run, and then they hit that force field.
That was cool.
Visual effects are impeccable in this show. And then Homeboy shoots Letitia and Uncle George. So then I'm like, we see her die.
Yeah, I thought she was dead.
Okay, I thought so too. But then they're back in this magical mansion, and then comes out, and she's okay, but Uncle George is not doing well.
Right.
Yeah. So then this weird ritual happens, and he has this little gown on or whatever, and then they're just basically sucking the power out of him or something, and he sees that pregnant woman, which I can only assume is his great grandma. Right?
I think that's what we're supposed to think.
I think so. And all the while, we have this audio of a spoken word poem by Gil Scott Heron, which is called Whitey's on the Moon, which spoke to the resources that were used for the space program versus for Black Americans. He says in there something about, like, you can send a man, Whitey, on the moon, but we can't pay our doctor's bills.
Right. And it leads to this whole thing, this, like, search for immortality that they're now using Atticus for, when, like, Black people can't even, like, pay bills or, like, drive down the road without getting killed.
Exactly.
And they're, like, spending all this money to, like, be immortal.
Yeah.
I was like, aside from the Jeffersons opening scene, that scene was my favorite.
Yeah.
That whole, like, even though I don't quite understand what happened, the overall, like, message, hit home. But I don't know how it all went wrong.
I don't really even know. I feel like he saw that vision of her, I guess pregnant slave, and she helped him get out of it, because then he resisted, and then, like, everybody turned to stone, and then it just all crumpled in.
Right, and then was there something, like, I feel like Christina is important in this too. Like, somehow I feel like she kind of sabotaged it in some way. I don't know. I just feel like something with their last exchange and the ring that she gave, and I don't know, something just, I feel like we're still going to see her.
Okay.
Because she birthed that thing. Like, I know we're not done with those crazy, what are they called?
Shoggoth.
Yeah, Shoggoths. Like, they've got to be here in this story still, and she's not dead.
Well, weren't you surprised? Because I thought that there was going to be a lot more episodes taking place in this mansion and in this.
Yes, I thought the whole season, I thought maybe the whole season was going to be about this. So I was like, oh, and now they're done.
And episode 2, we're knocked that out. I mean, literally it crumbled to the ground. It imploded on itself.
I did not know that. Yeah, I didn't know that was going to be it. And then in the scenes for the next episode, we're like out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're back home.
It's completely different. So I kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's not going to make it all drawn out and like,
Yes.
Slow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think Christina and the monsters will be back somehow. Yes. Maybe it'll come full circle and she'll be towards the end or something, but they can't have all of that happen. And why would you show us this cow giving birth and she's the one that, why would you show all that for no reason?
She definitely has more importance in the story. And just the whole thing about how because she's a woman, she hasn't been able to come into power or have certain rights. I feel like that's important too. So I feel like she's definitely has a more significant role.
Right. We'll see. But gosh, something else that I'm still trying to process is when Uncle George was on the bed and then Atticus's dad they were talking, and then did Uncle George say Atticus might be his son? That's
what I think he said. Yes, he said that we don't know, and I guess but I don't understand why Montrose, his dad, says, no, we settled that before. How did you settle it? It wasn't a DNA test, I don't think.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Back in that time, so
how do they settle it? What is this? Is it true? Who's the father? I don't know.
Arm wrestle for it, or
that's how they settled it.
That's definitely gonna play out some way as well. And then George is gone.
I didn't want George to go.
He's dead. He's dead, right?
He is dead.
Oh,
died in the backseat.
I thought it was going to be the 3 of them.
I was hoping for that the whole way through.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've already eliminated a lot.
Yes.
So, all right. I mean, I can't believe this episode. I really couldn't believe what I saw. I feel like I need to go watch it again.
I was talking to the TV, which I love it when that happens. But at the time I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I know. But it was very enjoyable to watch, as confusing as it was. Yeah.
I have to say, I did not enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first episode. The first episode was so good, but the beginning and the end, did enough for me that I'm excited for the next episode.
For sure. Yeah, I agree with you. The first episode was just a hit. Yeah, so good. All right, that's all I have. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. All right, everybody, please comment below and let us know what you thought of the episode, or help us out. Maybe you can answer some questions that we missed. And then like and subscribe while you're at it, please. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time when we review episode 3 of Lovecraft Country. Bye-bye.
Bye.